Hello, I'm Lisa Lahue. I'm the technical director here at Theatre Orangeville.
And I'm Beckie Morris. I'm the production manager.
So this is another week of Ask the Expert. And this time we were asked what the fastest build we've ever done is.
And I mean, we went through a list 5 years long trying to figure out what that show was. And every time I suggested something, Lisa would say, oh yes, but remember that one little thing that took weeks to do?
Yeah, so sometimes the sets feel like they go up pretty quickly, but the finishing details and the additional bits and pieces take weeks and weeks longer. So the one that we actually came up with wasn't a part of our main stage series, but was rather a presentation. So about a week out from opening night, a request came through for a backdrop, a little set that they can perform against. And we needed to figure out how we could accomplish it on time with the materials we had in town. But I think it turned out pretty great.
It's true. The show was True Confessions from the Ninth Concession, Dan Needles and Ian Bell. And it was this charming story of all of these stories from small town. So we created a backdrop that was a really simplified, rural, kind of rustic look at what a small town village was going to be. Picking out the lumber for it, I think, was the most fun I have ever had at a lumber yard. We went into the Home Hardware in Shelburne. They had their spruce kept outdoors. And we said, show us where the worst stuff is. I said, what are you talking about?
Specifically went for the worst stuff because that's the look we wanted in the end. And it would require the least amount of work to get to look like that final product. They were shocked.
Yeah, as we loaded up the Theatre Orangeville van with hundreds of pieces of really naughty, warped, the worse the better spruce. And I think it turned out really well. I think I have a picture or two here that I can add. So this was the final product when it was all put together. And it made a really charming little backdrop. And the great thing about it is we've been able to repurpose it. This was repainted by Ricky Shade for the Winter Fair booth, the Royal Winter Fair booth, and it became absolutely charming. Photos of that will show up on our Instagram.
Yeah, it was a super fun little build. The design came together super quickly. There's some parameters we had to work into what was already a short build time. So they had to fit in a minivan. So both short enough and narrow enough to slide into the minivan for easy moving. It needed to fit flexible, like on our stage, but also potential to be used other places. As minimal a budget as we could figure out. So there's some other fun parameters on top of it being super, super quick.
I think the two of us managed to build it in something like 5.5 hours.
Yeah, it was certainly one afternoon that extended a little bit into the evening, but it was quick.
I hope that answers your question.
Keep the questions coming in. We're having a lot of fun going back and talking about some of these other projects that we've done. And we love to be able to answer those for you.